Hey, good morning, ladies and germs. I guess maybe the germs thing is a little too soon with the COVID-19. Maybe we'll start off with the way we usually do it. Welcome back, Knife Nerds and Everyday Care People. It's your boy, the Big Canucker here, and today we're going to do a little bit of a little different than a knife review. We're going to do an everyday carry, but maybe we should call it EECD, which would be electronic everyday carry. This is just some of the stuff that I've put together that I use when I travel for my job. If I'm heading out for a doctor's appointment up in the big old smoke of Calgary, I want to keep my stuff charged and I want to keep all my stuff together. And so let's kind of go over some of that stuff. Now, I am an Apple fanboy. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm a total Apple fan guy. I love my iPhone. I love my iPad. I love my iMac. I love the way that all the systems integrate to each other. So seamlessly. My wife's phone she wanted to replace her phone, and she actually ended up getting an Android, and it was driving her crazy. Learning a new operating system, and you know what? I'm not calling down Android because there's lots of Android fans out there. It's just when you've learned a system, it's hard to switch over to another system and have that learning curve all over again. So I'm pretty sure that once this phone wants to be replaced, she'll probably head right back to an Apple, just because it's so much easier for our phones to connect with each other with iMessaging and with the iCloud account. Hey, once Apple's got you, the hooks in you, they never let go. Now, the first thing I've got here is my Apple iPods. I absolutely love these things. Now, they don't sound the best. They're kind of expensive, but they fit seamlessly to any of my Apple products. And I mean, the hookup was very easy. Now, I don't want to open up the package because every time I open up this, it wants to connect to this phone. And right now it's connected to my wife's old iPhone that I'm shooting this video with, and it keeps shutting off the video, so I don't want to open it up. But this is the older version. The only thing I wish I had is I wish I had the wireless charging case. And it's not the end of the world to plug in this case along the bottom. I just love the idea of being able to set on a pad and let it charge along with my iPhone every single day, because my iPhone does have the wireless charging. So, of course, I've got my iPhone XS Max, which I love this thing. I had the iPhone X, and that was going to be my phone for 5 or 6 years. I'm a real electronics guy. I love toys. I love gadgets. But with everything being so expensive, I had decided, okay, this year, because for a lot of years, every time they come out with a new iPhone, I would get it. But I just thought, you know what? The iPhone X is great. It suits my needs. It has great storage. Let's just keep it for as long as I can. I ended up leaving it on top of my car. It blew off on the highway, got ran over 15 times by some semis. Needless to say, I came home from Calgary a whole lot poorer because I had to get a new phone. And I thought, well, if I'm going to get a new phone anyways, let's get the biggest screen possible. And I do like this screen. The XS Max, great screen. And of course, I am a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, so I've got that on there. But my granddaughter loves watching this. She loves watching cartoons on there. This has got 256 gigabyte storage. And I've put some kids movies on there, some adult movies on there. So if we're not hooked to the Wi-Fi where we can watch some Netflix because you don't want to use all your data, here in Canada, our cell phone service is good for connection, but it sucks because it's expensive. And the data, I mean, we lucked out. We've got 20 gigabytes of data because we're a long time customers of a certain company, and they decide to shower us with some data. But I would love to have unlimited data. But anyway, really, really love the iPhone Max. Love the Apple iPods. They don't sound the absolute best. If I want to rock out to some music, I got some Beats over the ear that pound. I'm a heavy bass guy. And these don't give you heavy bass, but they sure give you some wonderful connectivity, and they sound wonderful. I'm actually using one right now as a microphone shooting this video, so it's really, really versatile. Definitely would recommend these. I definitely would recommend the Apple iPhone XS Max, and right now I'm running an OtterBox Strata Folio. I love the Folio. I've dropped this phone I don't know how many times, and the screen is still The screen is still rocking on it, no cracks on it, knock on wood. But I like the fact that it closes, and the fact that it can be used as a little bit of a, to set it down to watch a movie or stuff like that. And the big screen on the 6.5-inch screen is wonderful. So let's put those aside here, and let's go on with some more stuff here that we've got in our little bag of tricks. Now this little bag here that I picked up is just an inexpensive. I do believe I got this off of Amazon for dirt cheap. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was $6 or $7, and it is not completed yet. There's still some stuff I want to add to it, but I always seem to carry, I want to carry a power bank, and this time I decided to go with something. My last power bank gave up the ghost, and it kind of pissed me off a little bit because it was this one right here. Now, of course, I got this off of Amazon. It was a solar powered. This is my second solar powered. Now, you don't never, hey, proper grammar here. You don't ever want to get a solar powered charger to think that you're going to use it to charge up your power bank. These little solar ports on here are good to kind of keep it topped up if you don't have a source of electricity that you want to keep the thing, because you know what, any one of these power banks are going to kind of trickle and drain a little bit because they've got little lights on them, and they've just, you know, through attrition they're going to kind of run down. If you set this in the windowsill, it will keep, and you got a thing charged completely to the top, it will keep it topped up most of the time. Something like this here is a 24,000 milliamp hour battery. This little solar charging window would probably take a month to charge up that from dead. I mean, maybe it can be done. I have another one that's smaller, that's 12,000, that it would take. Actually, it had a very decent charging point on it, and in 4 days I could charge it from dead. I just decided to try it out one time. We were camping for a long weekend, and it did do it in 4 days. This one's quite a bit bigger, with a quite a bit seckier solar window here, and I don't think you'd want to use the solar to charge this thing up. And this is a TSSIBE is the manufacturer. It's just really, I think it's just a no-name brand. Wasn't very expensive. I think it was around $30. It lasted about 6 months, and it just does not hold the charge like it used to. These things at 24,000 milliamp hour, the best of them out there are only about 85%. I'm not gonna say about 85% efficient. So they're not going to be at their rated power. None of them are. And this one here probably was around 60% of the 24,000 milliamp hours. It was never very good right from the start, but I put some Velcro on it. I set it on the back of my iPad when I'm out camping especially. I plug it in, and that way hopefully I've got, you know, a whole day or 2 days worth of power. But this one is a dud, so do not get that one. So now, what I ended up going with was this Luxtude, and this thing is an absolute beast. It is rated at 26,800 milliamp hours. It is quite a bit more solid and heavy than this. I mean, this is plastic, this is aluminum. Now, I did a whole bunch of research before getting this. There is an equivalent here that's the Anker version, Ankar, I do believe, but you're looking at spending way more money for the Anker. And I do believe, and I'm not the only guy, there's a few fellas out there who their stock and trade is reviewing and looking at these power banks, and they believe that Luxtude is built by the same people who built their Anker. Only thing is you're going to be paying about 30% less. Now, the other really fantastic thing about this is you've got a supercharger that comes with this. And this happens to be a 45 watt charger that will charge this beast in about 3 hours using the USB-C. And it's just a USB-C to USB-C, and it charges, like I said, in 3 hours. Normally something that's this large is going to take you 10 hours with an 18-watt charger. Sometimes if you've got something that's even smaller, like oops, oh, holy, we lost our lighting here for a second. If you got something like this is a regular, I do believe this is like a 5-watt charger. I think you're looking at about 4 days to charge something like this. So that's why you need the big 45-watt power. Now, I also like the fact that this 45-watt power will charge my iPhone will only take, I do believe, 18 watts. But with that 18 watts, something like this, because it'll read and it'll step down the wattage to the 18 watts, it will charge my iPhone super fast. I think within about 30 minutes, I'm rocking about 75% of the battery and in the iPhone, and you can't go wrong with that because everybody wants a quick charge. Nobody wants to hang around and watch their phone, click up in tiny increments. If you got a beast like this, it'll charge super fast. Now, this here has got the 2 ports. You've got a USB here, and you've got 2 regular USB here too as well. Now it is USB-C is what it is. So it is the round one, which goes, you can plug it in this way or flip it around and plug it in the other way with no problems. And that seems to be the way that everybody's going, is to USB Type-C. I know a lot of the Android phones are like that. It just means you have to get whole new cables. And that's something that I had to do here too as well. I ended up picking up a USB-C to Lightning cable for my iPhone so I can get the maximum charging. It will do 45-watt output through the center. And then these 2 here, I do believe, are 15 watts shared. So it's not the maximum 18 watts, say, for an iPhone. If you just got a regular USB to Lightning cable, you're not going to get the maximum 18 watts with this, but it's going to be, more than enough to charge your iPhone, your iPad, your any of your Android devices, your Samsung Galaxy Note. I guess I could keep on listing all these phones, but it will charge both of them, no problem at all. So, of course, I've got that. Now, it also comes with a nice little, I'm not going to say that's suede, but damn, it feels nice. And then here, I've got a little bag here, and this has got all my other little goodies in here that I like to carry with me. Let's kind of go through that too as well. Of course, you got to have USB to mini USB, I do believe that's called. So that's where all your old Android used to be, that one. Of course, USB-C to USB-C for charging. Got to carry that one. Of course, got to carry my Apple headphones, wired headphones that have got the USB-C type plug-in in them. I like these. These actually still sound really good. And of course, this is another thing. If you're an Apple guy, you got to have something like this. This is actually just a little splitter. Goes in the bottom of the iPhone. It allows you to plug in your headphones as well as charge your phone at the same time. So if you're an Apple guy, this is definitely a must-have. And you can get stuff like this off Amazon dirt cheap, or even eBay. Just search it. Of course, got to have an extra lightning cable, 3 foot. And then, of course, I really like this. Even though, excuse me, even though the new iPhone doesn't have a headphone jack anymore, my iPad does. And I always like having this mini jack cable here too as well with me. It's really nice to have. Sometimes you'll want to plug in your iPad to an auxiliary port somewhere to get a little bit more volume, and some of us old school guys still have some of those sound products that have got the auxiliary input, and no matter what you think, they sound fantastic when you're using these little cables. This happens to be the one here from my Beats. It's a little Beat there, so, but I like carrying it with me. And one of the other things that I really like carrying is this here, which allows you to go from your iPhone, your iPad Pro, it allows you to plug into a USB, an HDMI. It allows you to put whatever's on your screen there. So if you've got a movie on here or your iPad and you want to watch it on your big TV, you just plug it in the bottom and you can plug in your HDMI port and you can watch a movie. I've used it at a hotel a few times because I didn't like what was on TV. I had some movies on my iPad that I downloaded, and it was a simple, quick, easy fix. Now you got to watch out. Sometimes you've got some movies and some apps that have got a DRM, I think is what called digital rights management, anti-copy on them. So sometimes it doesn't work with every single program, but it works with enough of them that it's really, really handy. I know the one thing I did watch was I had the Disney Channel on my iPad and I wanted to watch the Mandalorian. Oh, this is some real heavy geekdom happening here. I wanted to watch the Mandalorian on a big TV, and so I plugged this in, put on the Mandalorian, hooked up the HDMI cable, and it worked fantastically. We watched the Mandalorian and I got my geek on. All right. What else are running? Oh, this here too as well. If you've got an Apple Pencil user, this is a must-have too as well. It's just a USB-C plug, and you can plug the tip of your let's just pretend this is a USB pencil because it's got that plug-in. Plugs right in, allows you to charge your Apple iPencil. And because, I mean, I hate having my Apple iPencil out of the side of my iPad, because if the iPad trips, falls over or you bang into it, you can snap the end of that iPencil like nothing. This is a simple, easy fix, and same thing. A lot of this stuff you can buy on Amazon, so dirt cheap. I mean, I think this was $4. I mean, so it makes your life so much more easier. Now, I am forgetting a few cables. I know there is one that's a USB. It fits in the old PlayStation 3 controllers. I have one of those kicking around, and I've got another bag downstairs in my office with another charger. I'm going to put some more things in here, but this is just what I'm carrying for right now, and it's just something that I thought I would show you guys. So my everyday carry, my electronic everyday carry pocket dump is this. Oops, knocked over my little sign here. So that's just an idea here. Now, if you like what you heard, please give me a like and a subscribe. I'd appreciate it very much. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I'm really, really hoping that I'm providing some good information to you guys, because I really, really appreciate spreading my passion, and I like having fun, and I'm so happy that you guys are adding some comments. Now, if you got some stuff that you think should go in here, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from some of the stuff that you guys carry. And I just appreciate it so much. Now, please stay safe out there. Please listen to the experts with what's going on. I want everybody to make it to the summer, because this is, we're going to get through this together, people. Just listen to the experts. Stay safe. Please stay safe. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.